Hey guys, what's crackin'? Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Maddie if you are new here, so hi. Surprisingly on my channel, these film journal videos do really well, so this is actually a part 3. You can watch the other two, I'll have them linked up in the iCard above in one of these corners, but yeah, to get you caught up, this is what my film journal looks like if you've never seen it before. I basically just make these little collages about movies, write some reviews, do a little summary, and I think it's really fun. I've made this for a couple reasons. One, because I just enjoy doing it. Two, it teaches me patience because Lord knows I need more of that. And three, I actually want to work in the film industry one day as a writer, producer, director, something along those lines. So yeah, this is my journal. Welcome. The first thing I do to start off a new page in my journal is I open up my laptop and my browser, Ecosia, and then I open up Google Slides, and if you want to see how I formatted my slide, you can check out my last video. I went into a ton of detail on how I made it and formatted it correctly for my journal. But then I just copy and paste to duplicate the last page that I made, and I write out the title at the top, and then I write the director, a summary, a review, and then some of the film techniques that I saw used. Normally I'll just copy and paste the summary, and then I look at different reviews to kind of get an idea of what other people think of it, and then kind of incorporate my own ideas into it and what I thought about it. I really only do movies that I enjoyed because I hate leaving bad reviews about things, so you'll never really find me with a bad review in this journal, but yeah. Once my writing section is completed, I head over to my favorite website of all time, which is Pinterest. You can find me there at madelinecurless. But basically, I just search up the movie, and then I usually look up film stills or stills from the movie to just find the best shots and different scenes that I liked watching that I thought were kind of like aesthetically pleasing, or just scenes that I thought were creative and cool. And then I copy the image and paste it into my Google Slides, and I just kind of format it to how I like it. Once I'm done picking out my images, I then move on to finding quotes. So I usually just look up quotes from the movie. I end up on IMDb, and then I just copy and paste the quotes and format them to be the same font that I use. Once I've completed my page, I go to print it, and when you're printing it, you have to make sure, at least for me, that I only print out the last 2 pages so that I don't reprint the entire journal. Alright, now it's time for the fun part, actually making the journal. So I open up my journal to the next blank page, and I start out with my necessities, which is a jumbo glue stick, my paper, and scissors. The very first step in this process is to cut everything out, so I start with the writing portion, and then I moved on to the images and the quotes. So while I'm going through this process, I usually like to talk about what I actually wrote about. So this movie was actually mind-blowing. It's really amazing. I can't say I've ever seen anything like it. It was a sci-fi rom-com situation. There are so many different complex stories within it, and actually what I thought made the movie amazing was the post-production. The editing in the movie was amazing. And it really kind of makes you feel like you're in a fever dream, which I've never really seen a movie that's been able to capture that essence as well as this movie did. But I thought Jim Carrey's performance was amazing, and Charlie Kaufman, who's the writer, did a fantastic job with this. So to give you guys a summary, basically, I'll just read what I copied and pasted. It says, this is the story of a guy, Joel, who discovers that his longtime girlfriend, Clementine, has undergone a psychiatrist's experimental procedure in which all of her memory of Joel is removed, after the couple has tried for years to get their relationship to work fluidly. Frustrated by the idea of still being in love with a woman who doesn't remember their time together, Joel agrees to undergo the procedure as well to erase his memories of Clementine. The film, which takes place mostly within Joel's mind, follows his memories of Clementine backwards in time as each recent memory is replaced, and the procedure then goes on to the previous one, which is likewise seen and then erased. Once the process starts, however, Joel realizes he doesn't really want to forget Clementine, so he starts smuggling her away into parts of his memory where she doesn't belong, which alters other things about his memories. I thought this movie was absolutely amazing. It came out in 2004, so I assume that a lot of people have seen it, but I had not seen it, and it was recommended to me a lot, and I was like, you know what, I'll watch it. While I was at the dentist, I watched it, which is kind of funny because it was really stressful. So I don't recommend doing that, but when you have spare time, I definitely recommend watching it. I thought Michel Gondry's directing, going along with Charlie Kaufman's writing, was such a perfect match because they really just had this connection between the writing and the directing that you could see through the movie. And I also thought that Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet had such an amazing connection. You could see it through the screen. It was so, so good. I thought that the message of this movie was actually really unique, and I liked it a lot because it basically is a precautionary tale saying, what would the repercussions be if we did end up erasing people from our memories or having the ability to erase people from our memories, which I thought was so cool. And yeah, I think it just teaches a good message of you can't always forget things, but sometimes there are things that you learn along the way that you need to learn to be able to grow as a person, which I really enjoy.